Drills Talk, episode 66. In this episode, we're going to discuss the top 4 ways to approach entrepreneurship. This is based on a blog I wrote in the past entitled Finding Comfort in Discomfort. Entrepreneurship. It's absolutely not easy. It's one of the hardest things you'll ever do if you do jump into it. It's not for everyone, but it is a great tool. It is a great thing for people who actually do want to go out and start their own business, work for themselves, fend for themselves in this crazy world. Maybe get out the normal rat race of working 9 to 5 and, waiting on a Friday, celebrating, and then you're miserable on a Sunday because Monday is coming. So what we're going to do is talk about, is this for you? Let's find out. Drills Talk, episode 66. In this episode, we're going to discuss the top 4 ways to approach entrepreneurship. But before we get started, please like, subscribe, share, show your love however you would like to show your love. Every Monday here, we have a new blog. Every Wednesday, a new vlog, Drills Talk. Every Friday is a new beat, an instrumental, produced by yours truly. This is an entrepreneurship channel, mentorship, motivation. It's a great channel to follow. If you have not hit subscribe, please do hit subscribe. Enjoy the video. Let's get started. Number one is ask yourself, is this for me? Now, when we think of entrepreneurship, we only think of the good stuff. We think of calling our own shots. We're thinking of making our own hours. We're thinking of making our own money. We're thinking of not listening to anybody, taking vacation when we want to take vacation, right? Think of what it takes to get there. Not listening to anybody means not working, right? Being able to go on vacation whenever you want to go on vacation means having a nice amount of savings. Calling your own shots is because of a proven record of making good calls, right? That all takes time, takes work, takes savings, takes gumption to even leave your job. There's a lot that it takes before you even get to the good stuff, which was, what we think about. Imagine picking up a basketball and only talking about wanting to win a championship. Well, hey, you have to learn to dribble. You have to learn to shoot. You have to learn what defense is. You have to learn how to play on a team. You have to, get into a good college. You have to be one of the best amongst, the college players to become a pro. Then you have to get on a team that's the best of all the teams in that league. So imagine that. That's what you're doing to yourself when you're saying, I want to be an entrepreneur and I'm going to call my own shots and be my own boss and take care of myself and fend for myself. You've just picked up that ball and you're talking about winning a championship in the league, whatever league, you desire to use. It's not a fair thing to do to yourself. You really want to start with, am I going to work that hard? Am I going to learn, to pick up this basketball and learn everything I can possibly learn with that? Other things that go into it, has nothing to do with the ball. How fit are you just for being? Can you take a lot of stress? Are you thin-skinned? Can you deal with the daily questioning of yourself, questioning from other people, spending money, the bill's still coming, and maybe not as much money that usually comes in that month? Can you deal with that? Is that how you're built? Or are you more of a, this is what I get paid every month. I can budget it. I can take it out. I get 2 weeks vacation every year. There's nothing bad about that. It just happens to not be for me. And it happens to not be for a lot of people who jump into the world of entrepreneurship. But that may not be the case for you. So absolutely ask yourself the question, am I fit for this? Number two is you are an Earthling landing on a new planet. See, entrepreneurship doesn't work like regular jobs work. It's totally different. So imagine you yourself on this Earth flying to another planet. Yes, you don't have to worry about oxygen and all that stuff. Everything works, right? So you can breathe and everything else like that. But everything on that planet operates differently. So you're going to pull on your earthly knowledge and you're going to try to adapt it, and it's not going to work. And you may get a little frustrated. Your earthly logic just doesn't make any sense on this new planet. So are you going to be comfortable enough learning an entirely new way of living? Are you going to be able to float on, maybe 2 months of savings for 3 months, for 4 months? When in the old world, 2 months was 2 months, and there's no reason that you would have to stretch that, right? You didn't have to do that. Would you be comfortable enough in believing in yourself that you'll work hard to float on a credit card or two for 6 months, knowing that that interest is piling up every month? That's craziness to most people. But to an entrepreneur, that's what I got the credit card for. It's like, it's a different mindset. It's a different world. And some people are for it. Some people, can't do it, can't fathom it, wouldn't ever dare, take money off of a credit card to live. Like, what? I'll just go get a job. Well, yeah, I mean, that's the other alternative. But for some people, some entrepreneurs who've been in it so long, that's not even an alternative. It's, well, yeah, how am I going to pay this back without getting a job? How am I going to pay this back, with my own small business? Or, do I borrow here and then 3 months later borrow another place, use some of that money, pay off what I borrowed 3 months ago, and just keep going until I actually get enough profit to pay that stuff off? Are you comfortable with that? Could you do that? Is that how you're built? Or are you an earthling that must just stay here on Earth? Number three is to choose a defense mechanism. It's tough. You're going to need to shield yourself from a lot of stuff. You are going to have to build up your self-confidence, because it's tough. Like, every day is tough. Even the good days is like, okay, great. But I know from my calculations that this good day is only going to make the next such and such days good. Can you do that? Like, it takes a while to get to a point where everything is on cruise control and you don't have nothing to worry about. The money's going to be there. It takes a while to build that. But in the beginning, which is the weeding out process, you're going to have to be in a situation where you are doing everything correctly. You didn't make any mistake. In the world, or whatever you believe, karma or whatever, is taking that away from you. It's seeing you walk 2 steps, may even seem to push you 1 extra step, and then it's pulling you back 3 steps. How many times can you take those same 3 steps over? What are you doing to defend yourself? Are you becoming numb? Are you just not letting it bother you as much? Can you distract yourself from it while keeping on going? I use the numb thing, and it has its strengths and its weaknesses. The problem with being numb, which is what I did. Now, if you want to do it, that's fine, but I'll tell you what the strengths and weaknesses are. Being numb is the gift and the curse of, I can take bad news, I can take a setback and just keep on going as if I'm not doing step 1, 2, 3, 4 over again. But the problem with that is, when I get to step 5, 6, 7, 8, it does nothing for me. I'm not as high as I should be because I'm numb now. So yeah, good things are happening, but I'm not celebrating because this is just something I do. It's something I have to do. And that kind of takes away some of the celebration that is needed for getting through entrepreneurship. So that's something to consider if you do choose to just, go numb. It's a gift and a curse, because yes, you protect yourself from, if you are at 8 and get pulled back to 5, you're not crying and you're not, oh, it's the end of the world and I don't know what's going on and why me. But you're also not celebrating. You're not giving yourself anything. You're kind of staying neutral. And it's cool if you're like a neutral person, but if you are kind of a pessimist and kind of a grumpy person already, as an entrepreneur, you are guaranteed for some days to be bad. So keep that in mind. Get you a defense mechanism. Just try to find something that's best for you. Number 4 is to find comfort in discomfort. Now, this is what I wrote the blog about a year ago. The link is in the description. But finding comfort in discomfort, the picture for this blog that I wrote is a young lady just immersed in the ocean or a lake or whatever what have you. But she is so calm while she's under that water. And it's crazy because it's very similar to what entrepreneurship is. You are basically fighting for breath at all times And you just have to remain calm, knowing that when you really need that breath, you can always swim to the top, take that breath, and then go back down to work. It's about that comfort in yourself and knowing in yourself that I'm going to bust my tail. I'm going to get done what needs to get done. I believe in myself. It looks really bad now, but I know for sure that if I stay on this path, I'm going to get there. Finding comfort in discomfort. I already mentioned the credit card thing, maybe other personal loans, maybe using money from your home if you have equity in your home. All of this stuff, borrowing money from family to start your business. All this stuff goes into being an entrepreneur. And those people, whoever you borrowed from, need their money back. And you have to pay them back. And you have to be willing to either crash and burn or succeed and pay them off and give them their money back and be that success story that you know and you feel somewhere deep down, because you keep going, that you can do it. It's a rocky road, but for people who are made to do it, people who want to do it, people who like have it pulling at you all the time, you go to work or you driving from work or you driving to work, and you always got this inkling, this feeling of something pulling on you, telling you to go, like, when are we going to start? It's calling you. Are you going to answer? Drills Talk, episode 66. These are the top 4 ways to approach entrepreneurship. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. It's drills.com. Check this out. It's Drills.